What's up, guys? So today, got a box of parts for that thing. I got back from LA. I really wanted to open it fully, but I figured we'll just do it on camera because, well, it's YouTube, and that's what YouTubers do. I apologize for the lever heater. I'm going to try and edit that out, but it's also 15 degrees outside, and there's 2 feet of snow. And so we had that going. Turn that one off because I know I'm not going to be able to put that out. So I'm going to just turn that on every now and again and cut the camera. Anyway, back to this unboxing. All right. Like I said, all I did was I just unwrapped this bracket. I didn't unwrap anything else. All right, so here's our initial bracket. As you see, it's all CNC billet with nice rubber isolators in there. Comes with a box of hardware, your springs, all your stainless hardware you need to attach that on, and 2 OEM style exhaust gaskets. Obviously, this is your header. They make it so it's all slip fit joints. That's fairly high tolerance. They leave this loose so you can obviously make it easier to install there. Again, another billet bracket. And then a smaller heat shield just so when you put your foot down at a stoplight, you're not roasting your leg. Again, and this is all metal. And the biggest piece new muffler. This is an all new design they're doing. If you looked at Angelo's bike from TNA Carbon, he had a satin one on his. It was a little bit different, but as you can see, it's all stainless with a nice rolled edge that goes right into your baffle in there. And then everything is nice, TIG welded all in there with some captured nuts in the back. And then a spot for your spring that's going to sit just like that. So let's we'll get all this out, start taking that off, and we'll talk about this a little bit more. This exhaust is going to come in 2 different options. You got your full polished here, or you have your satin. This is what the satin finish looks like after I've had this on for about a year. It turns this nice gold color, purple up here. As you can see, the finish is held up very well. What I do is I would just take some WD-40 every now and again and just rub WD-40 in a rag, start it up, and that keeps it looking nice and clean. However, I was sucker for polish. I was originally going to do the satin like this, but if you looked at Dan TOCE's Challenger when they did his birthday, all the birthday mods on his bike, they had this one with the chrome covers on it, and I think it just looked great. And I was sucker for polish, as you can see. This one I think is about a year old. The finish is holding up perfect. Then that one up there is the OG TOCE from 2019. As you can see, that one is still just as good. So if you're worried about the finish and the quality of metal for the price you're paying, you really can't beat it. So like I said, that's going on 6 years old, still looks brand new. I ride in all weather. I ride year round, so I do ride in some salt sometimes. I'll just take a little bit of mother's polish, and she works good. Okay, let's get this off. And just like that, we're done. So here's the 2 side by side. Push this one in a little bit more. All right, so if you notice, The bends are a little bit different. So that one kind of swoops around really tight to the engine. This one kind of comes around. The reason for that is this one wouldn't allow you to run the mid controls, because the mid controls sit right here. It replaces this cover. That swoop came right around here and it would have hit this. So what they did was they kind of tightened this bend a little bit and then brought this back a little bit further. As you can see, I mean, just a little bit makes a big difference. So it is bent a little bit different there. And then obviously this collector starts right here. This collector starts right here. So obviously it does have a lot of primaries. It's going to change performance characteristics a little bit. But this setup, they've tested numerous ones. I think there's 3 or 4 different types out there that they've been testing with the bends and collectors and the length of where everything needs to be. And so far, this is the best one they've made. So let's get this on. All right, hardware kit, you're gonna get a couple springs, 2 new gaskets, washers, lock washers, and a couple bolts. Obviously, do not forget to pull these out. Do not forget to put these back in, because I've done both of those things. So these obviously are simple. They're OEM. Just hop right on in there. Make sure go all the way in. And I'm gonna do it with both things. All right, so you got the 2 exhaust gaskets in. I'm just gonna put this way up and in. That works way easier than the old one. Front's in. Back's in. Just going to reuse your factory bolts. And these are all 13mm, and then we're just going to torque everything down. Or we're going to snug it up first and then finish the rest. And then for your 2 oxygen sensors, just put a little dab of anti-seize. Make sure not to get any on the tip. You just want it back here. And then a 14mm wrench. What I like to do is, because obviously they tighten clockwise, I'll preload the harness counterclockwise a few times, put it in, and then that way it unloads as it's screwing in, and then you're not having a constant kink harness. So put your front and rear O2 sensors in. All right, so we had to backtrack a little bit. So do not tighten these first. So I loosen them up a little bit so we can actually get a little bit here. Come under here, you see this bracket here. So obviously these 2 pipes can move independent from each other. Because this bolt here is not tightened down. This is the clamp that holds these 2 pipes together. So what you want to do is get them situated, put the nuts on, and then get these 2 bolts in here loose, and then keep this loose as well. Then go up there, tighten those, and then get these to sit how they want to sit. And then come down here, and then you'll tighten this. So with all 4 of your main header bolts tight, you want to make sure that you still have clearance. Run everything. There's clearance back there. About 8 things per inch maybe. Now you're going to come under here. You can see it's kind of loose still. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push it all the way against the engine, tighten this main bracket, and then we're going to tighten these. Because I want this is going to suck this up just a hair. So I don't want to leave any stress on this. Alright, so with that tight, as you can see, let's suck this up pretty good, and we're kind of right in the center of the bracket for these 2 bolts here. Well, you know what they say, 2 steps back, 1 step forward. This is why I enjoy doing these videos, because there's no instructions out there. I do the video, and then you can watch the video and not do the same mistakes I did. As you can see, from Justin, This is where it mounts. You notice this heat shield back there is covering up that hole. And if you also notice, that bracket was covering up an extra hole. Who knew? So basically what I did was I just took the bolts back out of this little guy here, and then there was two 10mm bolts up here, back behind there, then 13mm, no, 10mm, and pop that off. So this is just gonna go right there. This did have a tab provision for this thing, but obviously, like I said, with this being attached here, this can't go anywhere, so I'm not worried about anything like that. So let's get this thing bolted on and put the pipe back on. So another thing I did was I took a mallet, once I had this back off because I saw that gap where the springs were, took a mallet and hammered this up back on. Probably went in another 1/4 inch, obviously after this was already tight. Left this loose because we don't know where this muffler was going to want to sit on this collector. And let's keep their clearances nice and tight where they don't leak. You don't need gaskets. There we go. Alright, I'm just going to pop the bolts in from the back. We're good to go. You're not going to pop them back from the back because it's hitting the swing arm. So, I'm going to pull these back off. Let's see how we're going to do this. Move this bracket. Alright, I was able to get both bolts in back here. For this front one, because the swing arm is literally sitting right here, basically what I did was I just loaded the bike down where the swing arm went up, and then just kind of wiggled the bolt back in. Over here, we push this as far forward as we want it to, as far as forward as let's go. We're just going to come back under here. We're going to tighten these two guys. All right, now we're done. See, nice billet bracket back there. All buttoned up. Our billet bracket down there. It's nice and clean. Now you can see the swing arm and the chain drive I spent so much money on for no reason. For under your bags, he doesn't sell a heat shield, but what I was doing, even with the other one, I got gold foil tape, and there's no issues with it. Obviously, if you have a white bike or something like that, you're gonna see the carbon. But yeah, and the way they have it angled, if you notice, that bracket kind of comes out at an angle. It's actually coming out on a slight angle away from your bag, so it's coming this way. So if you look directly at the back of the bike, it's shooting out just a bit. Taking a closer look at the old system. Perfect. Obviously, I can't clean behind the header, so this is just how it's been. No issues. The metal looks great. So we'll do one final start, then we're going to end it there. If you got any questions, again, comment below, and thanks for watching, guys.